Hi, citizens. This is Jim with JP Reacts, where you come to think like a politician. If you're seeing this, this is going to be part two of the President of Senate Republican leader McConnell's speech after the impeachment trial of President Trump, where he was not convicted. And we'll jump right into it after this. Okay, so we're going to jump right in again. This is Mitch McConnell's comments after the Senate voted 57-43 to acquit President Trump. Again, to convict in an impeachment setting, you need 67 votes. So that means 43 senators voted essentially with the insurrectionists this time. So that's not exactly the best way to go. But I want to really focus on Mitch McConnell here. I haven't listened to the full remarks, but he has made some, from what I've seen in the news, some interesting comments in this section. I want to make sure that we have a good chance to cover it. So let's jump right in, and we'll see where it goes.
Brilliant scholars argue both sides of this jurisdictional question. The text is legitimately ambiguous. I respect my colleagues who've reached either conclusion.
I want to point out that regardless of what you think is the jurisdictional point here, in fact, it says by not allowing this and saying it's not jurisdictional, if a president commits something that is dangerous to the country in the last few weeks of his presidency, he can never be held accountable for it. That's essentially what they're saying here. Because there's not enough time in the last few weeks for the House to do impeachment and the Senate do a trial. It's impossible. So basically, by voting this way and using this argument, Senator McConnell is saying that a president that does something in the last few weeks that he or she is in office is totally unaccountable to Congress or to anybody else because there's just not enough time, which is you could see how ridiculous that argument is. Everybody understands that.
Indeed. Justice Story specifically reminded that while former officials were not eligible for impeachment or conviction, they were, and this is extremely important, still liable to be tried and punished in the ordinary tribunals of justice. Put another way, in the language of today, President Trump is still liable for everything he did while he was in office as an ordinary citizen. Unless the statute of limitations is run, still liable for everything he did while he was in office. Didn't get away with anything yet. We have a criminal justice system in this country. We have civil litigation.
So basically, he's arguing here that because the Senate doesn't have jurisdiction, this is really a matter for the Justice Department or for lawsuits or whatnot. So yes, President Trump will be likely sued many times. There's going to be some criminal trials probably in New York and hopefully at the federal level for some of the things he did. But again, this is in the Senate is not talking about criminal liability. And the problem here is by disallowing the Senate by saying that they don't have the jurisdiction because he's out of office, they're saying that a president in the last few weeks, there's no recourse to prevent him from being able to do something similar again in the future, which we just can't abide. That's just not good governance, and it's definitely not good politics. There was a large group of people who voted for Trump that turned during this incitement and this violence. And Republicans are pursuing a smaller and smaller slice of the American population. And if they keep pushing in this direction, they're going to have difficulty winning. They've only won the popular vote in the presidency 1 year since 1992. That was in 2004 for President George W. Bush. So it's been a long time. They've been losing the popular vote for a long time. The fact that they've won so many presidencies comes down to electoral college, which is a whole other thing, which we could talk about in our time. But we for a political perspective, this might be good in the immediate, like right now for them, but long term, this is bad politics, and hopefully they realize it soon.
The Senate's decision today does not condone anything that happened on or before that terrible day. It simply shows that senators did what the former president failed to do. We put our constitutional duty first.
Okay, so this wraps up the video. I wanted to make sure we had a little comments here about what was going on. This really didn't cost Senate Majority Leader McConnell anything. I mentioned this at the end of my last video. And it's really disappointing that he left it here and is really focused on the jurisdiction. It's really an easy way out. So hopefully we'll make some better progress in the future. So if you got some good context, some good information, please like this video below. And in the comments, let me know what you think President Biden should do in response to this. Should he use the Justice Department to really actively pursue the crimes of former President Trump? But until I see you next time around the internet, you have a great day. Bye.